Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle with Prettiest Problem. If this is your first time here, welcome. I do videos on beauty, fitness, and lifestyle. I'm on my fitness journey as always, so I love posting motivational videos as well as all things beauty. If you're an oldie but goodie, hey girl, hey, welcome back, and don't forget to thumbs up this video. In today's video, I decided to show you how I apply my frontal wig. So I posted a video not too long ago, and it was kind of a struggle city, and the wig that I was using was a little bit older and kind of balding. So I actually recently started using Erika J's method. She posts a lot of tutorials on how to apply wigs and how to style your frontal and things like that. And the last install that I had was actually really good, and I followed her video. So I decided to just show you how I applied this wig. I work out almost every day, and a lot of times like sweating and stuff, it'll like detach your wig and it's just a big headache. But the last time it actually really worked out like really great. I think my wig was on for maybe 2 weeks. It was way longer than I usually tend to get out of my installs. But the method that she used and that I followed, it was popping. And I also showed you how I got these curls. Basically, I just wanted them, but I'm gonna throw that in the video as well. So a little tidbit about this wig. This is from Prettiest Strands, my wig making company. The hair is an exotic curl texture, but after I bleached it a few times, the curls kind of loosened up. So that's just something to be aware of. The hair is absolutely beautiful. It curls really beautifully, as you can see. It has a nice luster to it. It's more of a lower luster hair, which I can appreciate because it just kind of mimics African American hair texture a little bit better than the like shinier hair. One thing I will say though is that the lace is medium brown. I do have translucent lace as well, but I use medium brown for this wig, which is why you can kind of see a little bit of the lace in some places. And also installing this wig, I forgot to color the inside of the lace, which helps with that different color right there. The translucent wigs just match a lot better because they're lighter, but the medium brown wigs, it's good for deeper skin tone. I love the frontal. It just lays so nicely. I tweezed it and all of that. So I may try to do a video of how I create my wigs, but this is this hairstyle for today. This is 22-inch hair. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did I do better this time than the last time? Because last time was a little bit of a struggle city, but this one I feel like we on to something. We on to something. 2020 is our year, okay? Don't let nobody tell you different. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Okay, so we are starting with old braids. I am tired of your judgment already. I just didn't feel like doing some new braids. So first we are gonna slick down the older braids, and what's in my hair is like makeup and stuff. I do this all the time. I usually don't change my braids until like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So I just reuse. So I'm just slicking down the edges, and I use some Gorilla Snot, and then this is the Got to Be Glue spray. So I'm just slicking it down so that all of my edges remain on my head because we need them. Now I'm cleaning the front of my forehead with some alcohol, and if you see that line, that's from a tan. I went on a cruise and I got a tan and I had my wig on. So this is what happens, and this is one of the things that people don't tell you about wearing lace frontals. You will get a tan. Now I'm just using a stocking cap on my head. I'm placing, this is like a nude color stocking cap, and I'm just making sure that my edges are slicked back. And then I took the scissors and cut a hole in my ears and pulled my ears through so that the cap can lay flat on my scalp, like right in front of my ears. Because if it doesn't lay flat, it just takes a lot longer for it to stick. So now I'm using the bowl hole skin protectant, and I'm just putting that on, spraying that ahead in front of my hairline, and I'm gonna let that dry. So I took my blow dryer and I let that completely dry. Now I'm taking this bowl hold lace frontal glue, and I am placing this down right in front of my hairline. So this is a step that is very important. I used to use the Got to Be Glue spray to hold this down, but Erika J suggested doing it this way with the glue, which is way better. The cap will stay in place, and so you just have to place a really small layer of glue all the way around to your ears, and just make sure it's nice and flat. So I'm just rubbing it in with the little spatula thing and making sure that it's nice and flat. And now it's completely dry. It took like maybe 10 minutes for it to actually dry. So then I'm going behind and placing that Got2b glue spray just so that it sticks down to the rest of my hair. And I am drying that as well, making sure that that's completely dry. After I dry this, I'm going to take my foundation and just go ahead and pat it in with the beauty blender to make sure that the scalp looks like my complexion. This is very important because if you put your lace wig on a white cap, you will see it. So you want it to look like your skin color. So you have to color it with your foundation or some powder or anything that's gonna turn it your color. So now I'm just cutting off the excess lace, and this part is really important to make sure that you get it as close and tight to your skin as possible. With the glue, it doesn't really pull up, so you need to pull up the cap and just like really get close to your scalp so that there's no excess cap, because that just gets hard to apply. Now I'm just cleaning up around the front of the cap with some alcohol, and make sure you don't touch the cap because it will come up. You just want to clean around the front edge. Now I'm going to put on the wig to make sure that the hairline comes in front of the cap, and making sure that it will cover the entire cap. So I just kind of want to place it there and make sure that it's in the right spot and I don't have to pull off any more cap. If the cap came too far, I would have to kind of like pull it back. Now I'm going to take this skin protectant. This is another type of skin protectant, and it's by Walker Tape, and I'm just applying that right to the front where I'm going to put the glue on my forehead. I actually use Ghost Bond for applying the wig. So what you want to do here, and this is very important, especially when you're reusing a wig, you want to put a really small layer right in front of the cap, and make sure that you lay it down really smoothly, and you're gonna lay it down backwards. So you're gonna push it towards the cap, and you want like maybe a ½ inch width of of glue to go from right in front of the wig cap to on the wig cap. And this is just going to make sure that you have a really secure hold. Your wig is going to stay down, and you're going to let that completely dry. Not completely dry, but you want to let it dry to where it gets clear. And then you're going to do, I actually did 3 layers. I only showed 2 layers, but I do it 3 times. So I go ahead and apply another layer and make sure it's nice and flat, and I push it backwards towards the cap, so it's about a ½ inch onto the cap. And the excess glue is literally only coming on the very tip outside of the cap. And then I push it back towards the cap, and I do that 3 times. So when you let it dry, it just has to be clear. It doesn't have to be completely dry. Maybe 2 minutes, it'll turn clear. Now when it's time to put on the wig, you want to make sure that you have it centered, obviously. And then once I place it down in front of the cap, I use my comb to kind of like press it down. So I'll comb it backwards and like press it onto my scalp to make sure that it's really attaching to the glue. Because remember, there is a ½ inch of glue. So you just want to make sure that you push it in. I kind of comb it back and forth. And then after I attach the entire front, then I want to pull up any excess lace. And if there's any excess lace, then I'm going to just pull it backwards, and I put some glue down, let it dry, put a second layer, let it dry, and then push that excess cap down. So I usually only put two layers on the excess pieces of cap. And when you're doing this, try not to do it. Make sure you don't get any glue in front of the lace, because if you do, it's just a big headache trying to clean it up. I didn't pull it far enough in front to where my tan was, So I ended up having to like color it a little bit with some powder. And then I took this Got2b on the edges just to try to blend it in a little bit and tied it down with my scarf. This is where translucent lace comes in handy, because if the lace was translucent, you wouldn't be able to see that line. But because I have the medium brown lace and I forgot to color it inside, you can see the line a little bit. But translucent lace, you won't see it. So then I tied up my hair and I came back the next day, which you can tell by the black tank top. I actually just came from the gym, so I just kept it tied down the entire time. And so now I'm pulling off the scarf and it's time to style. So I have this Moroccan Sleek oil by, I think, Garnier Fructis, and I just applied it to the hair. Then I parted, side part is my typical part, and I just wanted to lay it down, so I pressed it down with the curler. I forget what this thing is called, a wand. So now I'm just sectioning off my hair into 2 big sections, and I'm just going to take piece by piece and spray it with some hairspray, which honestly, this hairspray made the hair really dry and I didn't like that, so I wouldn't recommend this hairspray, or maybe I just put too much. But I just took piece by piece and wrapped it around the wand. And when you're wrapping it around to get this type of curl, you don't want to let go of the hair, so it kind of like twists and wraps at the same time, and that gives you that like it kind of looks like a Bantu knot if you just took off the Bantu knot twist out kind of thing. So I just did this all the way around the hair. I'm going to speed this part up because it was just repetitive. And when I went around the other side, I actually used my other hand to wrap the hair, and I just switched hands. I don't know how to explain it, but I just went around the entire head. So I'm just going to speed this up and let you see the entire process. Another thing to note is that if you want baby hair, I would recommend you pulling it out before you curl the front of your hair. I didn't do that here. I just forgot about it, and then I ended up doing the baby hair last and kind of having to do it backwards. But if you want baby hair, you want to take it out before you curl the front of your hair. So now I'm trying to do the baby hair. I took the Nairobi foam setting lotion. Honestly, this is the best one that I've used. I have several others, but this doesn't have any alcohol in it, and it doesn't pull the lace up, which is super, super important. So if you can get that Nairobi foaming wrap lotion, that's really the best to use for your baby hair. So I'm just pulling out small pieces and cutting it. I should have done this before, but I didn't, so I'm just pulling out small pieces. And honestly, baby hair, I don't like a lot of baby hair. I like it very subtle and like understated, or like small pieces. But doing the baby hair really takes a long time to like play around with and stuff like that. So if you're, it's not coming out right at first, don't be frustrated. It takes a while to like perfect it. So now I'm just wrapping it up again with that same satin scarf. And I'm going to pull out the rest of my hair. So I did my makeup, and I'm just going to take off the scarf now. And I'm going to put some oil on my hands. Well, I'm going to comb my baby hairs out a little bit because they messed up. But I'm taking that same oil, and I'm just going to run that through my hair. Because like I said, that spray kind of dried out my hair a little bit, so I'm just trying to give it some more moisture. And I just ran my fingers through the curls, and I just kept running them through because I did a lot of curls, so I just wanted to make the hair nice and big and bouncy and just va-va-voom luscious curls. So I really like the style. I think it was cute. I would next time do it with less spray or a different type of spray. And this is just how the back looks. I actually just colored the hair. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.